What is APS? APS is short for Applied Personal Science. Mankind has learned to calculate almost everything, but most people know very little about themselves. What a person feels about their inner world is not identical with the way they are seen in the outer world. This is a severe challenge for most people. Children are still allowed their own inner experience. Adults often deliberately set up barriers to keep others away from their inner intelligence and inner potential. They prefer to convince each other that they must become a formally certified expert before they have any meaning in society. New parents know how valuable their child is, even when observed from the outside, the child cannot yet do anything. However, the inner being is already taking charge of life because it is already there. It is the only sustainable quality which remains until the end of our life. But then the inside, the inner compass or conscience, the inner being, is curtailed and made to fit society. As an adult, investigating the inside is dismissed as childish, naive, selfish or superficial, merely subjective. Even if an individual in search of himself finds his inner potential, there is always the temptation to go on carrying out harmful actions which affect oneself or others. This is simply when one is not very appreciative of one's potential. There is very little orientation in society about what the inner self really is and what it really means. We would rather suppress each other so much that in the past it was often only possible for a hermit to reach an acceptable state within his inner self. Today, even the hermit's life is barely possible. Nevertheless, like everything else in this world, the interior of a person is ordered according to a principle that can be parameterized in relevant social dimensions. A science without reality or substance-related parameters is not a true science and is misleading. Even something as virtual as music knows parameters about notes, volume, hertz, frequency, and so on. Art is subject to laws of colour, shape, and perspective. APS is nothing more than a meticulous exploration of a real person's inner workings and relationship truths. Since 1979, the physicist Dr. Peter Meyer explores the options of human existence and the inner potential for the possible fulfillment of an individual's life. Thus, the way is open to move away from the culture of dispute to the culture of mutual understanding.